Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, the parade has switched to quick march. And at the end of the quick march, we will have UPDF arms that I earlier pointed out joining the parade. The Paratroopers under the Special Forces Command, the Artillery Division, the Motorized Infantry Division, some of our anti-aircraft systems, and air platforms of the Uganda People's Defense Air Force. A very colorful parade on a very auspicious occasion, and the weather is beautiful indeed. Just what we would have wished for. The color party is right here with us in quick march.
Hello?
Uncle Mo?
Yes?
This is Absa. We have a new date for the Seven Hills Run. It is 17th May, and we have concluded you will be our MC, but on one condition. You must run.
Can I run like on Teams?
No.
No,
We're
I
looking
can't start
forward.
Teams.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, what you are seeing now in front of you is some of the UPDF arms that have joined the parade at this point, led by the UPDF Artillery Division. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, the story of the UPDF has been told for a long time, but every time the story is as fascinating to listen to as the first time. The UPDF traces its humble beginnings to the National Resistance Army, a small guerrilla force that launched a protracted people's struggle in February 1981 under the indefatigable leadership and visionary leader of the resistance, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. This was a small and tiny group of fighters, 42 in number, 27 armed, which attacked Kabamba on February 6, 1981. In 1986, the NRA became the National Army, and upon the adoption of the 1995 Constitution, was renamed the Uganda People's Defense Forces. The NRA, now UPDF, has transformed over the years, and these are some of the very modern equipment in the possession of the Uganda People's Defense Forces that has ensured we keep the peace and security in our country and contribute to regional peace and stabilization operations. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, in front of you are still elements of the UPDF Artillery Division. Today, the UPDF is a very robust and modern, powerful military force that has achieved many things over the years. The peace and security, which I just talked about, anchored on key modernization and professionalization themes such as equipped and trained for combat and peace support operations. And indeed, what you see here are some of those arms that define the UPDF as a modern, experienced combat force that is ready to do its job. The Field Artillery Division is commanded by Major General Daniel Kakono. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, right now in front of you are elements of the Motorized Infantry Division of the Uganda People's Defense Forces. These are armored fighting vehicles, very important force multipliers on the battlefield that work closely with infantry troops to achieve our military objectives. These are elements of the Motorized Infantry Division. The UPDF is equipped and prepared for combat, and we are ready for any assignment as guided by the President and the Commander-in-Chief. The UPDF has also greatly enhanced its rapid deployment capability and our ability to sustain the tempo of operations in any environment. As you can see, the different arms of the UPDF imply the UPDF's well-attained capability to conduct joint combined operations, enhancing our interoperability between the different services and arms, and ensuring we keep at pace with modern technology systems. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, these are still elements of the UPDF Motorized Infantry Division. As a modern, well-constituted and organized People's Army, the UPDF is made up of 4 services. We have the Land Forces, the Air Forces, the Special Forces Command, and the Reserve Force. The UPDF Artillery Division and the Motorized Infantry Division are ground-based force multipliers that support the infantry to decisively achieve their military objective. The Uganda People's Defense Forces are well trained, well equipped, and there is no task that is too difficult for the UPDF to achieve. Indeed, as a reminder, and especially as information for some of our visitors today, the NRA, now Uganda People's Defense Forces, since the 1995 Constitution, has decisively defeated close to 30 insurgent groups that sought to destabilize the hard-won peace and stability in our country. We are aware that our immediate post-independence history was nothing but volatile, a period of great instability that was characterized by military dictatorships and governments of the day that had no respect for human rights, that instituted state-inspired violence against defenseless citizens. And as the Motorized Infantry Division concluded their march past, we are now joined, Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, by some of the UPDF anti-aircraft systems that have now also joined the parade. What you are seeing before you are some of the UPDF anti-aircraft systems. They supplement the efforts of the Uganda People's Defense Air Force to keep Uganda's airspace safe and secure, and to engage from the ground hostile objects in the air within the territory of the Republic of Uganda. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, the functions of the Defense Forces include the preservation, and defense of our sovereignty and territorial integrity of this country. And as you can see, we are well equipped to undertake that function. We also cooperate with and support the civilian authority in national emergencies and other disasters. And most importantly, we promote and foster strong harmony, understanding between the defense forces and the wananchi. Your Excellencies, before you are still some of the systems of the Uganda People's Defense Forces and aircraft capabilities. They are part of this parade. Any moment now, we will also witness the dropping of paratroopers on these very grounds. The other arm of the UPDF, the Uganda People's Defense Air Force, will also join the parade any moment from now, approaching these parade grounds from the eastern direction. From its early beginnings and its inception, the UPDF has been built on a strong foundation of discipline, ethics, and accountability. We respect the rule of law, we respect human rights, and we adhere to our military code of conduct. And those who fail to keep pace with the laws of Uganda and those of the military, we have our justice systems that ensure we remain a disciplined and accountable force. And perhaps our strongest and most important force multiplier is our strong civil-military cooperation. The UPDF is because of the strong support we get from the wananchi, but also quite significant has been the consistent and visionary support and the guidance of His Excellency the President and the Commander-in-Chief, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, that has turned us into what we are. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests here, our paratroopers are already airborne. Our paratroopers are already airborne, and they will be landing on these very grounds. In 1986, and even in the 1990s, the UPDF did not have any special forces, let alone paratroopers to talk about.
This one's up will be instructing the people there so they can come down.
And in this respect, I want to salute the Chief of Defense Forces and Senior Presidential Advisor, General Motorized, who was for a long time the commander of the Special Forces Command and who oversaw the development and improved capability of Uganda's Special Forces and the paratroopers whom we are about to see land on these very, very special ceremonial grounds here at Kololo. Our paratroopers are already airborne. Those who have and still possess good sight have probably already seen some, and they are descending here in a very controlled and orderly fashion. These are your own sons and daughters. Paratroopers a very important element of the Special Forces Command. Mwena batulaba Abannayuganda abali wano n'abagenyi baffe abakulu yonna gye muli tuli ku mukolo wano ekololo ceremony.
Did you know it takes minutes to become a Darif affiliate? First, sign up on darif.com/partners. Next, confirm your email. After that, your unique link.
Ekatiddwako n'ebimu ebibinja ebikulu ebya UPDF okubadde Artillery Division edduumirwa Major General Daniel Kakono, the Motorized Infantry Division edduumirwa Major General Charles Byanyima, UPDF and Aircraft Systems ezidduumirwa Brigadier General Kasaule, aba Paratroopers, aba UPDF abadduumirwa Special Forces Command, Commander wa Special Forces gyali wano Major General David Mugisha ng'ayambibwako mumyuka we Brigadier General Asaf Nyakikuru ne Parade Commander aduumira ekibinja ekisooka kya Special Forces Group Brigadier General John Bosco Singuza era nga ye Parade Commander olunaku olwaleero. UPDF ezimbye obukugu n'obumalirivu nti tusobola okukuuma eggwanga lyaffe bulungi. So waliwo omu Paratrooper alandinze wano munamagye owa UPDF atuuse avudde mu bbanga. Buno bwe bukugu bwe tugamba obwa UPDF bwerina era nga ebibinja bino byonna ebya UPDF bikolaganira wamu okulaba nti tukuuma eddembe mu ggwanga lyaffe ne mu operation zonna ze tubeeramu mu mirirwana gyaffe okulaba nti tulina eddembe mu nsi yaffe n'abalirwana baffe. UPDF twagala si ggwanga lyokka naye tulina n'obuvunaanyizibwa bw'okulaba nti tukolera wamu nga Africa okukuuma eddembe n'okulaakulanya kontinenti yaffe eya Africa. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, we've seen some of our paratrooper commandos who are landing. They descended from very high in the skies and they have joined the parade, and they were indeed part of the parade. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, some of the air platforms of the Uganda People's Defense Air Force that I talked about earlier are inbound. They are approaching these parade grounds from the eastern direction. They are approaching these grounds from the eastern direction. They are led by the Cobra Formation. The Cobra Formation is composed of one Mi-17 helicopter piloted by Colonel Hassan Waiswa, and he is the pilot in command. It is in the front and it is carrying the national flag. We have another Mi-17 helicopter in the rear, and we have two escort attack helicopters, one Mi-24 helicopter gunship on the right and one Mi-28 helicopter gunship on the left. They are also part of the parade. And the pilot in command, Colonel Hassan Waiswa, has a message for His Excellency the President. That was Colonel Hassan Waiswa. He has congratulated His Excellency the President for assuming the highest office in the land. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the different arms on display of the Uganda People's Defense Forces indicate our acquired capabilities to engage in joint combined operations. These elements work together to achieve one military objective. Here we have the helicopters in Cobra formation. Here they are, and they are part of the parade activities. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, the Cobra formation is followed by the Sparrow formation. The Uganda People's Defense Air Force has different types of aircraft for different tasks, for different assignments, and all of them work together same mission. Aircraft. We have combat aircrafts of all types. We have surveillance aircrafts of all types. And we have aircrafts for different combat roles. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, approaching the parade grounds is the Sparrow formation of the Uganda People's Defense Air Force. And they are part of the parade. The parade is still ongoing with the participation of these select UPDF arms. And right now what we are watching before us is the Uganda People's Defense Air Force platforms. The Sparrow formation is followed by the Eagle formation. All these aircrafts, ladies and gentlemen, are piloted by Ugandan pilots, well trained, they know their job, and all Ugandans, wherever you are, You should be very proud of what your sons and daughters have been able to achieve. For instance, the pilot in command is Colonel Hassan Waiswa, a senior pilot. We have other pilots in the helicopters we earlier saw. And flying overhead are the Eagle Formation, also of the Uganda People's Defense Air Force. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, next on display from the Uganda People's Defense Air Force is the Puma Formation. The Puma Formation is inbound here on the parade grounds. Puma 1, piloted by Captain Nathan Mwebaza, the pilot in command. Puma 2, piloted by Captain Ronald Baluku, the pilot in command. Puma 3, piloted by Captain Ronald Bogere, pilot in command. And Puma 4, piloted by Captain Stephen Bainomujisa, the pilot in command. And here they are. Puma Formation. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we will have one of the Puma 4 aircraft coming back here on the parade grounds to conduct some maneuvers. And as I will remind you, the Uganda People's Defense Forces is composed of 4 services: the Land Forces, the Air Forces, the Special Forces, and the Reserve Force. All the 4 different services of the Uganda People's Defense Forces have been on display this afternoon. Puma 4 is here, one of our elite pilots. Puma 4, piloted by Captain Stephen Bainomujisa. Puma 4 is coming for one more round. And Puma 4 will be followed by the Tiger Sukhoi. And it is also inbound on this very significant and special ceremonial grounds. It is here and will be joining the parade any moment from now. Puma 4 is coming to exit and will be followed by the Tiger Sukhoi. Puma 4 is now exiting the parade grounds. Quite impressive indeed. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we will now have the last presentation from the Uganda People's Defense Air Force, the Tiger Sukhoi, and here it is on the parade grounds. The Tiger Sukhoi is joining the parade ground and is piloted by Lieutenant Emmanuel Sajabi, the pilot in command, and he is co-pilot is Lieutenant Sam Nkwasibwe. There it is, Lieutenant Emmanuel Sajabi and Lieutenant Sam Nkwasibwe in charge of the Tiger Sukhoi. The Tiger Sukhoi Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this marks the end of the parade. We thank His Excellency, the President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, who joined us on this very special...
Every sunrise brings a new beginning. At Mount Kenya University, dreams rise with it, from bold ambitions to breakthrough discoveries. Turns into purpose. This is where futures are built. Mount Kenya University, unlocking infinite possibilities.
Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, that was the full UPDF parade. That was augmented by UPDF arms on display, the artillery division, the motorized infantry division, some of the UPDF anti-aircraft systems, the UPDF Defense Air Force, the UPDF Defense Forces Air Force, and the paratroopers under the Special Forces Command.
Badala zemyaka uko. Bwana najoza misale. Usakat. Misara nyuso. Marshal! Minute! Right in the second better Grashma! Command on up! Usawa good! Brad! The milk! Salam, Yalis! Ashma! Kafia Chitwana tu. Jeshi la Ulinzi la Wananchi wa Uganda, heshima na utii kwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Uganda na Amiri Jeshi Mkuu. Viva Rais wa Uganda! Viva wananchi wa Uganda! Viva Jeshi la Ulinzi la Wananchi wa Uganda! Kafia Chitwana weka. Bendera Sabiaka weka.
The parade commander, Brigadier General John Bosco Asinguza, is coming to ask for permission from His Excellency the President to remove the color party.
Mheshimiwa Rais, huo ndio mwisho wa gwaride. Naomba kutoa bendera uwanjani, Mheshimiwa Rais. Toa bendera! Toa bendera uwanjani! Gwaride! Salamu ya bendera! Heshima tu!
Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, the President and Commander-in-Chief, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, granted permission to the parade commander, Brigadier General John Bosco Asinguza, to march off the colors from the parade And what you are seeing is the process of marching off the colors, which have been duly received by the military police brigade under tight escort, indeed. And that's how much the security services revere the national colors, the national flag, and the flag of the Uganda People's Defense Forces. We thank the Excellencies, heads of state and government, who made time to join His Excellency the President on this very special function when he took oath of office for the new term 2026-2031. The Excellencies and heads of state and government will be leaving at an appropriate time and in an orderly and organized way. We've already heard the President of DRC, His Excellency Felix Tshisekedi, who has left us. We thank him for making time. And he will be followed by His Excellency President Salva Kiir of South Sudan, who will also leave, and he will be followed by His Excellency the President of Burundi. His Excellency the President of Burundi will be followed by His Excellency
Paratrooper. So, chukua madaraka.
The President of Togo, and we will continue to announce as appropriate when our distinguished heads of state and government leave these grounds. We request the members of the public
na kuomba kutoa gwaride uwanjani. Sawa, Parade Commander.
And all distinguished guests in your respective capacities to remain seated. Remain seated.
Gwanda tatoka uwanjani kwa mwendo wa rafu. Usawa clear kwa ujumla. Clear. Go.
Congratulations, Parade Commander Brigadier General John Bosco Kasinguza, for a job well done. A big round of applause. He has now handed over the parade to the parade second in command, Colonel Stuart Agawa. Colonel Stuart Agawa, who will now proceed to march off the parade from the parade square. We salute the gallant officers, men and women, who have participated in today's parade, including the different arms of UPDF. So, after that, there will be, yeah.
Congratulations.
Huh?
Congratulations.
And then invite His Excellency to recognize the heads of state, and then address the nation.
He introduces.
She introduces.
Shall follow the proclamations.
Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to the officers, men and women, who have given us a very colorful parade performance. Thank you very much. I will now hand over back to my co-MC, the Permanent Secretary and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Vincent Vajire, who will in turn invite the Director of Ceremonies, Her Excellency, the Vice President, Honorable Jessica Alupo. Over to you, Honorable Vincent Bajire.
Thank you very much, Colonel Chris Magezi, and indeed the commander of the parade, for that excellent job that you have done. Your Excellency and distinguished guests, the Director of Ceremonies, Her Excellency the Vice President, will now congratulate His Excellency the President upon assumption of the highest office in the land. And thereafter, she shall introduce visiting heads of state and government to His Excellency the President. Your Excellency, Jessica Alupo.
Rolling hills, misty mountains, volcano views straight out of a dream. A marathon by day, live music, culture. This is Kisoro, and your crew needs to be here. Get the whole gang sorted. Open My Airtel app, tap Pay Merchant, enter 440-5438. 70,000 shillings, you're in. You can also pay on virungagorilamarathon.com and pick your kit at all Airtel shops in Kampala, Barara, and Kisoro. Virunga Gorilla Marathon, now cashless with Airtel Money.
Has taken us through a very spectacular parade, march past in quick and slow time. And today, he decided also to entertain us with the UPDF Paratroopers, SFC, the UPDF Infantry, Motorized Infantry Division, the UPDF Artillery Division, the UPDF Anti-Aircraft Systems, and the UPDF Air Force platforms. Excellencies, I believe that he deserves appreciation. Join me in thanking His Excellency, the President, and the parade commander. What the parade commander has done is a clear demonstration that the Commander-in-Chief is prepared to defend the national interests of the people of Uganda, and indeed to secure the whole country and the region. Your Excellencies, visiting heads of state and government, and other distinguished heads of delegations, the Right Honorable Anita Among, the Speaker of Uganda Parliament, and your colleagues, the Speaker of the Senate of Kenya, the Right Honorable Kingi Amason, the Chairperson of the National Council of Namibia, the Right Honorable Lucas Sinimbo Muha, the Right Honorable Joseph Ngere Pasiko, the Speaker of the Transitional National Assembly of South Sudan, Her Excellency Mabo Memory Chinomona, President of the Senate of the Parliament of Zimbabwe, Right Honorable Joseph Ntakiru Timana, Speaker of East African Legislative Assembly, Right Honorable Dr. Ashebir Wolde-Georgis Gayo, First Vice President of the Pan-African Parliament, Your Lordship, the Chief Justice Flavian Zaija, the Chief Justice of Uganda, the Right Honorable Haji Moses Kigongo, the first National Vice Chairman of the National Resistance Movement. The Right Honorable Robin Anabanja, the Prime Minister of Uganda. The Secretary General of the National Resistance Movement, Right Honorable Richard Todwong, and your colleagues, Secretary Generals from sister parties, including Honorable Professor Abdel Karim Ben Barek, Secretary General of the National Liberation Front of Algeria. Honorable Dr. Asha Rose Migiro, Secretary General of Chama Chama Penduzi of Tanzania. The Honorable Mr. Fikile Mbalula, Secretary General of the African National Congress of South Africa. The Senator Hassan Omar Hassan of the United Democratic Alliance of Kenya. The Right Honorable Reverend Ndikuri Rio, Secretary General of the National Council of the Defense of Democratic Forces of Defense of Democracy of Burundi. And Honorable Dr. Akol Paul Kodit, Secretary General of the Sudan People's Liberation Movement of South Sudan. And the Zimbabwe African National Union Patriotic Front, the Right Honorable Abedlicho Mchube. Right Honorable Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva, Prime Minister of the Rwanda Patriotic Front, and the Honorable Atupele Austin Muluzi, President of the United Democratic Front of Malawi. My colleagues, ministers present, excellencies, heads of diplomatic missions, honorable members of parliament and other political leaders present, our cultural leaders, our religious leaders, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, I am now left with two brief items to present to you, and then I will proceed to welcome you to speak to us. And the first of the two brief items is to congratulate you. Your Excellency, I wish in a special way to welcome all delegations that have come from far and near to be part of this historic occasion. I take the singular honor to congratulate Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, on your election victory and indeed on your swearing in and inauguration, which has just taken place. Your Excellency's score of 71.65% in the 2026 presidential elections is evidence of the massive support that you and the NRM enjoy in the country. Your victory in all areas across the country also symbolizes your achievements, popularity, and the comprehension by all the people of Uganda in the politics of interests. Allow me to use this very opportunity to congratulate and thank the NRM party that nominated you as their preferred candidate and supported your re-election. I would like to thank all the candidates that participated in the electoral process at the presidential level, members of parliament, and in all other local government electoral positions. A very warm congratulations and thank you to you all Ugandans that took part and exercised your right to choose leaders at all levels. In a special way, Your Excellency, I wish to thank all those who rendered support in any way that they did for you, our candidate, Yoweri, Kaguta, Museveni during and after campaigns. Finally, today is an occasion to celebrate our constitutional order. The preparation for the entire election process was done in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. For that, I would like to thank the Electoral Commission for the meticulous preparation and execution of the elections under the law. This swearing-in ceremony is, therefore, a testimony that constitutionalism remains our pillar in exercising our mandate. I wish, in a special way, to thank the armed forces, the UPDF, the Uganda Police, Uganda prisons, and the intelligence services for securing the country during the entire elections period and for the peace and stability that has set the foundation for the economic growth of our country with the speculated $500 billion GDP annually in a very near future. Once again, Your Excellency, I extend my congratulations to you and wish you good health and success in the coming term of office 2026-2031. Lastly, Your Excellency, I associate with the theme of this swearing-in and inauguration ceremony, i.e., protecting the gains as we make a qualitative leap to the higher middle-income status and look forward to the new term of office. I thank you once again for joining us in your respective delegations on this momentous occasion. I am now left with one item, Your Excellency, and that is to quickly introduce to you the guests here present with us and all the people of Uganda. Firstly, Your Excellency, we are joined by His Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mohammed, President of the Federal Republic of Somalia. Second, we have Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, President of the United Republic of Tanzania. Your Excellency, we also have His Excellency Daniel Francisco Chapo, President of the Republic of Mozambique. We have here with us His Excellency Fure Ezozina Gazimbe, President of the Council of Ministers of the Republic of Togo. And we also have His Excellency Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan. Your Excellency, we do have His Excellency Brahim Gali, President of Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic. We also have His Excellency Felix Anthony Tshisekedi, President of the Democratic Republic of Congo. He left just a few minutes ago. Your Excellency, we are joined by His Excellency Bryce Clotaire Oligui Nguema, President of the Gabonese Republic. And we do have His Excellency Evariste Ndayishimiye, President of the Republic of Burundi. And we do have His Excellency Taye Atske Selassie, President of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. Your Excellency, permit me to introduce representatives of the heads of state and government here present. His Excellency, Professor Kithure Kindiki, Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. His Excellency, General Dr. C.G. Chiwenga and his dear spouse, Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe. We have Her Excellency Gabriela Savila Jimenez Ramirez, Vice President of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. And we have the Right Honorable Dr. Titunga Elijah Ngurare, Prime Minister of the Republic of Namibia. Next, the Right Honorable Dr. Justin Nzenguyumva, Prime Minister of the Republic of Rwanda. And His Excellency Manuel Osa Nsue Nsua, Prime Minister of the Republic of Equatorial Guinea. And we have Senator Thulisile Dala, Deputy Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Eswatini. Your Excellency, may I also take this opportunity to introduce to you the former heads of state and government who have graced this occasion with their physical presence. We do have His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo, former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are joined by His Excellency Haile Mariam Desalegn Boshe, former Prime Minister of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. Your Excellency, you are joined by His Excellency Jakaya Kikwete, the former President of the United Republic of Tanzania. We are also joined by His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, the former President. Thank you. Former President of the Republic of Kenya. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I further take this opportunity to introduce and welcome the following representatives of the heads of state and government here present. We have His Excellency Azuz Nasri, President of the Senate of the People's Democratic Republic of Algeria. His Excellency Losang Jamkan, Special Envoy and Vice Chairman of the Standing Committee of the People's Republic of China. We have Senator George Akuma, Secretary to the Government of the Federation of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And His Excellency Abdoulaye Diop, Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of the Republic of Mali. We do have Dr. Ohenyo Butale, Minister of International Relations of the Republic of Botswana. And we are joined by Her Excellency Olga Gisalaine Ebok Babarak Babakas, Minister of Social Development of the Republic of Congo. Your Excellency, we are joined by Honorable Angie Motsheka, Minister of Defense and Military Veterans of the Republic of South Africa. We have His Excellency Sheikh Kakbut bin Nahan Al Nahan, Minister of State for Foreign Affairs of the United Arab Emirates. We have Her Excellency Onishi Yohei, Parliamentary Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs of Japan. We have His Excellency Atta Sadorov, Leader of the Democratic Party of the Republic of Turkmenistan. And we have His Excellency Mr. Dionisio Manuel da Fonseca, Minister of State and Chief of Civil House, to the President of the Republic of Angola. We have Honorable Bella Chakesova, Deputy Minister of Digital Development, Communications and Mass Media of the Russian Federation. We have Honorable James Gaka, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Ghana. We are joined by His Excellency, Engineer Walid bin Abdulkarim Al-Kareji, Vice Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. We have Honorable Mr. Jayan Chaudhry, Minister of State for Education, Skills and Development of the Republic of India. We have Mr. Nicholas Checker, Senior Bureau Official for African Affairs of the United States of America. We have His Excellency Ambassador Aden Hassan Aden, Special Envoy of the Republic of Djibouti. And we have His Excellency Dr. Mutiba Luabelwa, Executive Secretary of the International Conference on the Great Lakes region. And we do have Honorable Ambassador Stephen Patrick Mbudi, Secretary General of the East African Community. And we have His Excellency Dr. Wokne Gebedehu, Executive Secretary of the Intergovernmental Authority on Development. And we have Your Excellency in our presence, His Excellency Ambassador Haddadi.
When you gotta go, go for Neptune, the softer two-ply tissue paper, available in plain white and colored.
And government. And we have Your Excellency, all members of Cabinet present here, all members of Parliament present here, Right Honorable Deputy Speaker, Secretary General ODM Kenya, Honorable Catherine Omanyo. Your Excellency, it is now my singular honor and privilege to invite you to address us. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Very nice speech.
Your names are difficult.
There are many, but you did a very good.
Excellencies, the heads of state who grace this occasion, as you heard the presidents, His Excellency Ndayishimiye, President of Burundi, His Excellency Fauri Ngasimbe, President of Togo, His Excellency Ibrahim Gali, Sahrawi Republic, His Excellency Felix Antoine Tshisekedi, Democratic Republic of Congo, our sister, Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu, Tanzania, His Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, Somalia, His Excellency Oligui Nguema, Gabon, His Excellency Daniel Francisco Chapo, Mozambique, His Excellency Taye Serasi, Ethiopia, and His Excellency Salva Kiir, South Sudan, and the Vice Presidents. So, Your Excellencies, I welcome you to Uganda. and I thank you so much for showing solidarity with us. Now, among these excellencies who are here, you, the Ugandans, especially the Bazukuru, the young people, Abazukuru Jemuli, Jemuli na ye singa temufayo kubyetegereza. Mutomera butomezi. Twarije. Nze jaja nkyali wano. Ngenda kubasomesa. I'm telling these grandchildren, Your Excellencies, I'm telling the grandchildren that they don't know much of the history. So on this occasion, I want to thank the people of Tanzania because we are here celebrating how Uganda is developing now, how UPDF is strong and so on. But the one who gave us the foundation was Mwalimu Kambarage Nyerere. And I'm glad Our Excellency Samia is here, and I'm telling you in her presence, I'm telling you people. So never forget Tanzania. Then we have got a very tall man. I had not met him before. Our son from Mozambique, the tall man, you stand up and they see you. He's a very tall man. He's the new president of Mozambique. Mozambique, working with Mwalimu, are the ones who helped us to build this force which you see here. The 28 people I trained in Montepuez, 1976-78, are the ones who built this army which you see here. Then there is the Vice President of Kenya. When Ugandans were running away, many of them would run to Kenya. So those countries in particular, I want you to know how they helped us. I thank all the excellencies who have come here, and the vice presidents, and the prime ministers, and the ministers who have come here. They have shown solidarity with us. I thank them so much. Now, Your Excellencies, the visiting heads of state, heads of government, and heads of delegations, Her Excellency the Vice President of Uganda and other leaders, all the Wananchi, especially the Bazukuru, Mulimucha Bazukuru. N'abana Uganda balala bonna nafa abakadde temutwerabira. Habari nzuri wote. Mungu asifiwe. Apoyo Lubanga yebazibwe Katonda. Congratulations on the series of elections that we have been having ever since the 15th of January 2026. These were the presidential and parliamentary elections, district chairpersons, district councillors, sub-county chairpersons, and sub-county councillors. I especially congratulate our party, the NRM, for winning all those elections with big majorities. Abana Uganda, mwebale kuwagira NRM. I also congratulate the other parties, such as the DP, the UPC, ETC, that participated in the elections without using violence, and like the party of NUP and some few elements of FDC that were using violence. The parties under IPOD should clearly lay out agreed guidelines on the do's and the don'ts of election management, according to the laws and the Constitution of Uganda. This Kisanja Excellencies, is our term for a period. This Kisanja should be regarded as a Kisanja of no more sleep for all Ugandans. Kino ekisanja twetwetaaga abantu okwebaka ate nibekwasa kino nibekwasa kiri songa eddagala liwe liri. This Kisanja should be regarded as a Kisanja of no more sleep for Ugandans. With the advent of the NRM ever since 1986, the families that cared to listen to our message got out of poverty. Amaka agawulirizwa okwabula kwaffe ne bakola bavada mu bwavu. I'm telling these my Ugandans that the families who have listened to our advice and worked the way we advised them, they got out of poverty. Do you want proof? Mwetaaga obukakafu kambubalage nze nkozesa firimu sikozesa lugambo. Show us the real estate around Kampala. Show us. Mutulage. Show properly, don't switch off. You see all those houses? All those are new houses. And they are built by your own Ugandans. They are not built by foreigners. Yes, there are poor people in Uganda, but there are also those rich people you see there who listened and took advantage. Look at the real estate explosion around the Kampala Entebbe area, even before you go to other parts of Uganda. In the last elections, I reminded you of the Matafari and Uganda contributions that the NRM has put on the House of Uganda in the last 40 years. Excellencies, during the campaign, I told these young people that NRM in the last 40 years has put a Matafari, which is our word for bricks, has put 7 Matafari on the House of Uganda. In other words, the NRM has made 7 contributions to Uganda in the last 40 years. The first one, peace brought about by the NRM ideology of rejecting the politics of sectarianism caused by the reliance by the opportunists on the ideology of emphasizing identity of tribes, identity of religion, instead of emphasizing the interests of wealth creators that depend on their own sweat and developed countries. This is brick number one. When we rejected the politics of sectarianism, of identity, of tribe, of religion. That's how we're able to unite the people. That's why we win on the first round, because the majority of the people are always with us. All these Bisanja, all these terms, 7 terms, we have never had a real run. We have never had anything below 50%. Why? Because we emphasized the politics of unity, not the politics of sectarianism, not the politics of identity, religion, tribes. If you say religion, there's no religion in Uganda which is majority. If you say sectarian tribe, there's no tribe which is majority. We will not get these numbers. So this is brick number one, which we put on the Uganda House. Second point, development in the form of economic infrastructure, such as roads, electricity, the piped water, the railways, airports, telephones, etc., and social infrastructure in the form of schools, health centers. You can see some of those there on the screen. Number C, the brick number 3, wealth. You remember, I've been telling you, Enkura Kurana, in Swahili we say, maendeleo. But you can have maendeleo, in Swahili we must also have utajiri, wealth. So some people have been talking of roads, railway, electricity, but they never talk about wealth. And this is a mistake. So, from the beginning, we have been telling you that maendeleo, enkurakurana, development, yes, but utajiri, wealth, must be there. Obugaga. And the wealth is by whom? Utajiri ni wa nani? Unaweza kuwa utajiri wa serikali, utajiri wa watu binafsi, utajiri wa familia, utajiri wa company. The wealth can be for the government, parastatal, can be for the individuals, can be for the family or companies. So it is very crucial. And in the case of Uganda, we have been telling you that the wealth is in the 4 sectors: commercial agriculture, manufacturing and artisanship, services, and ICT. If you want wealth, these are the 4 sectors where wealth is. Then number 4, it is now the wealth. Once people create wealth, the wealth creates jobs. You cannot have many jobs without wealth. Huwezi kuwa na ajira ya kutosha bila kujenga utajiri wa serikali, wa binafsi, wa familia, wa company. Kujidanganya huko kuache. Mwache kujidanganya. muleme okwerimba tosobola kubeera n'emirimu awatali bugagga. Then brick number 5 were services delivery. The government must provide some services like security, like health, like justice. Those are done, education, those are done by the government, and the government has done it. Then number 6, market, soko, tukizalisha mali, sisi wazalishaji mali, nani atanunua bidhaa zetu kwa wingi? If we create wealth and produce products, who will buy our products? So that's why the NRM from the beginning, with our elders, Mwalimu, Nyerere, Kaunda, all of them were clear. You cannot talk of development without market. We must unite East Africa, unite Africa, so that we have a market that can absorb the products that we produce. The United States is a powerful country because they have got their parents created a big market for them. If I was in the USA, I would be a billionaire by now, because the market is there. You produce something in New York, it can be sold all the way to California. But here in Africa, the market was fragmented. But thanks to our partners in East Africa, we have united the East African market. All these leaders you see here, many of them are members of East African Community, of COMESA, of the African Union, the CFTA. So the market is now there. Then in the case of East Africa, we are talking of the political federation also, which will deal with the issues of security. Now the NRM has been telling you that out of the 7 bricks, NRM has put peace is now there, infrastructure is there.
Elevate your career with the London School of Business and Finance. We offer a global MBA with 5 specializations, a Master's in Finance and Investment, and a Master of Science Strategic Marketing. LSBF is a trusted institution with a 4.8-star rating on Trustpilot and a vibrant network of students originating from 150+ countries. Learning is tailored to your schedule, and all programs are available 100% online. Choose LSBF, where education...
You now to do your part. And your part is in 2 areas. Wealth creation. Be part of wealth creation. Tozira bugaga, nze nerira bugaga. Nze njagala bwavu. Tombure ebyo bugaga. Be part of wealth creation. And once you create wealth, you should also create jobs. Now, during the campaign, I showed you examples here. Let's see them, some of them again, a few of them. Basangwa.
Basangwa Johnson, Managing Director wa Jaka Poultry Farm. Jaka Poultry Farm eyagambibwa Bukwenge, Kamuli Municipality, Kamuli District. Mu 2007 twatandika obulunzi nga tutandikira mu Kamuli County Council mu plot yali 50 feet by 100 feet. Ezo futi 5 ku 10 ed'eitaka. Tutandika tutya twali nga tulina ebyobufuzi wano mu Kamuli nga waliwo ensonga nga chairman wero C5 omugenzi Kaguta bamwidukira Katonda mu ekyumulo eky'emirembe nga bamutoyiremu abantu bangi abatamu application nga bali kwenda okufuuka ba chairman ba 5. Aye president yaida yatulungamya yakuba tubana abantu mwena mwena tumusobola kuba ba chairman ba 5. Aye abantu mujje mukola emirimu egingi ng'okulunda yayogera kulunda embidi okulunda enkoko byonna yabyogerako. Nze napikinga mu kyokulunda enkoko n'atandika efaamu mu 2007 n'enkoko 5. Sawa dino wendogerera ku faamu kuno tize mabega ntambwire. President yaida yankyalira mu 2010 nga ndina enkoko 500 yasanuka ino. Sawa dino tutambwire tulina enkoko mitwalo 10 tufulumya amagi ettulo 2,000 buli lunaku. Ettulo 2,000 livaamu miliyoni 2 buli lunaku. Omwezi liba miliyoni 6. Omwaka tuba tuli mu biliyoni ze 6 n'ekitundu etuba tukati tuyingiza. So tuwulirisa omulamwa gwa president okuva ku kiseera ekyo kakati katukigiireko. President awaire musanhufu ino ku bintu byenkoze era nga buli kaseera nkyekingako. Wendogera kati tulina abakozi 300 betukozesa.
Now you remember I was giving you the example of Basangwa. In 2007, I found them fighting for the position of district chairperson, political position. There were many of them. I advised them, why do you all fight for politics? Why don't you look at wealth creation? And I told them what to do, which we have been telling you from 1996. The 7 activities that you can do on a small scale in agriculture and you get out of poverty. Basangwa listened to my advice, and he had a small plot of 20 feet, is it 50 feet by 100, I think. He started rearing chicken for eggs. So he's now a rich man, getting more than 7 billion shillings a year now. But not only is he a rich man now, but he's now employing 300 people. So a poor man who had no wealth, who had no job, now is a rich man, but also has created jobs for 300 other Ugandans, those ones you see there. Then we go to Joseph Ijara of Serere.
Hello, my name is Joseph Ijala. I am the proprietor of Taifa Farm, which is located in Serere in a place called Kakusi, where we are. And in Taifa we have dairy, poultry, and we also make laundry bar soap. But we also have the value addition aspect of the farm, where we produce yogurt and pack it, tin it for the market. This project started 11 years ago after an inspiration from His Excellency, the President of Uganda, when he had come here and was teaching people about the 4-acre model. He was having a rally in Soroti, and that time I was working as a taxi driver. He was doing that master business in Soroti. So when I heard this, when I heard he was around, I crossed to go and listen to his story. And he was talking about a 4-acre model, how to improve household income. So when I came back, I was fired because I delayed there at the taxi. And the guy said, you go and eat those words that you had. But I had already this land, 2.5 acres, but I also had local chicken here. But after hearing that, I got inspired to put more effort on raising this chicken. So I raised the chicken to a tune of about 100 of them. Then I got a small incubator. That was about 4 eggs. So I used that incubator for multiplying my local chicken farm. Eventually, I was having 1,500 local chicken around. I was very famous for local chicken. So, but then local chicken were not answering my day-to-day needs. So I decided to translate it to layers. In Taifa farm, we have 10,000 layers, which give me about 310 trays per day. And each tray goes at a price of 10,500. So approximately 3 million, about 3 million shillings a day from the eggs that we get.
Now that is Joseph Ijara of Serere, who was wasting time as a taxi driver getting little money. So when he heard my speech, he had 2.5 acres back home. He went back and started rearing chicken for layers, for eggs, and dairy. Now he's getting a lot of money. He was saying that he's getting 3 million shillings per day from the eggs alone. But when I went back in the campaign, he's now getting more than 6 million shillings per day. That Ijara. Now, there is Nyakana. Let's see Nyakana now.
My name is Nyakana Richard from Rwengaju. This village is called Rwengaju village in Karabarole, Poto City. And where we are here is my home and it's my farm. The biggest landlord in this village of Rwengaju is having 7 acres. People are surviving on 1/4 acre, 1/2 acre. 80% of the population here, they are 1/2 acre. They are 1/4 acre. This farm and this home is seated on 1.5 acre. It is surveyed land. And 1 acre of land here, where we are here, is costing 80 million Uganda shillings. It is very expensive to buy land. Our farm is called Kana Farm. It is having 4 economic activities. Number 1, we are in zero grazing of dairy cows. Number 2, we are in poultry, majorly for layer birds. Number 3, we are in feed processing for livestock. And number 4, manure production.
The screen is disturbing us.
With the poultry, we have 8,500.
But Nyakana is using 1.3 acres. He earns net more than 240 million shillings a year and is employing 15 people. Now, this is in 1.3 acres. Uganda has got 40 million acres of good arable land. If only 7 million acres were used the way Nyakana has done it here, just 7 million of the 40 million would create 105 million jobs, more jobs than the whole population of Uganda. I have reminded you that Uganda has very good arable land, If only 7 million of those acres were used the Nyakana way, would create 105 million jobs in small-scale commercial agriculture alone of the 4 acres model or less, and the 7 economic activities. This is before you talk of the big-scale commercial agriculture, such as Madvani, where employs 14,000 people at Kachira, before you talk of the manufacturers that are now employing 1.5 million people. Now, you can say, you Museveni, you are always talking of small people, of 4 acres and less. The Basangwas, the Ijaras, the Nyakanas. Oh no, you are mistaken. I support the big ones also. Let's see Madvani. Show us Madvani, if you man, if you are not asleep. The one over the screen. You want the big ones? There they are. The big ones are there. But we struggle with the smaller ones because they are the ones who don't know what to do. The big ones, most of the time, know what to do. Or before you talk of the services such as hotels, like Sheraton, which employs 400 people. Let's see the employees of Kachira, the employees, the workers there, let's see. They are employing 14,000 people in Kachira. Let's look at Sheraton. Sheraton is employing how many people? Sheraton, if you have it. Sheraton is employing 400 people. Let's look at Mbare. Those are employees of Sheraton. See how smart they are. Let's look at Mbare Industrial Park. Mbare Industrial Park. Freeze it. Go back a bit. Freeze there. You can see how many young people are employing in that industrial park. It has got now, when I was last there, it had like 80 factories, and it was employing 20,000 people. This is just one of them. So, the message of the NRM is 2 words: wealth, obugaga, utajiri is the one which produces jobs. Ajira, I think in Swahili they call it ajira. Emirimo, jivambugaga. The four sectors, commercial agriculture, manufacturing, service, and ICT, for now have both low and high-skilled jobs. So don't say, you Museveni, you are talking about only low-skilled jobs. Yes, the Nyakana jobs, the ones of Basangwa, those are low skills. But let me show you the high-skilled jobs. Chira, show them Chira Motors. Chira Motors. And the Karuma. Now all those are skilled workers. Let's see the ones of Chira. Obadde ki? Alambaire kulambala yebase balambala ira. Now those are all high-skilled workers. Let's see what they are producing. Show us the buses. When they get out of sleep, they will show us. Let's continue. So, those are the buses now. Produced by your own people from zero. Totally designed and produced by. There is crying about petrol in the world. For us, we shall go electric. If the petrol disappears, we have got electric buses here. We have no problem. So, the challenge of the NRM is that there is peace, there is infrastructure, there is services in schools and health centers, there is market of Africa, but you must be engaged in wealth creation. As an individual, as a family, or a company. And then the wealth you create will produce jobs. And in the case of Uganda, we have got the 4 sectors: commercial agriculture, big or small, manufacturing, services like hotels and ICT. The 4 sectors, commercial agriculture, manufacturing, services and ICT, for now have both low and high-skilled jobs. In 2013, only 32% of the homesteads in Uganda were in the money economy. At independence, in 1963, only 9.4% were in the money economy. On account of the work of Operation Wealth Creation and PDM, the homesteads in the money economy are now 67%. The other 33% are still outside, but must also join the money economy. When all the families in Uganda join the money economy,
You're sinking. You feel the pressure, the unknown. It's closing in. You try to stay strong, but the worries of the future feel like they're pulling you under. Life seems chaotic and out of control. In the storms of life,
with more value addition for our agricultural raw materials, our mineral raw materials, our forest raw materials, plus our knowledge economy of automobiles, vaccines, pharmaceuticals, and electronics, there will be more people in manufacturing, services, and ICT than in agriculture. This is where we need to retune our educational system to concentrate on imparting skills to learners that are needed in the labor market, and scale down on random education, or be clear to the learners and the parents that certain courses are just for interest and may not create jobs for the wielders of these skills. In Uganda here, we are always talking about the importance of value addition that I've just mentioned here. With the presence of so many African brothers and sisters and friends from outside Africa, I cannot fail to point out the strategic mistakes many of the African ruling elites have been making for the last 70 years, ever since the independence of Sudan, Khartoum, in 1955. The mistake of exporting unprocessed or semi-processed raw materials of minerals, agricultural products, etc. This is a strategic blunder. Let us take gold as an example. If you export a kilogram of unprocessed gold, 84% pure, recently you have been getting US dollars 60,000. If the gold is processed to 99.9% purity, you get US dollars 168,000. Look at the difference in value. However, you do not only donate money to the outsiders per kilogram of gold, per kilogram of coffee, you also donate jobs. All those refining jobs go to the outsiders. That is not all. At 84% pure, that gold cannot be used as bullion, as currency, nor can it be used as an input in other industries, such as jewelry, electronics, aerospace, etc. That is one of the reasons Africa's economy has remained stunted 70 years after the African countries started regaining their freedom. Africa is 4 times the land area of the USA and 12 times the land area of India, with a present population of 1.5 billion people that will be 2.5 billion in the next 30 years. Yet our total GDP is only US dollars 3.6 trillion, while that of the USA is US dollars 32 trillion, China 20.65 trillion, India USD 4.18 trillion. This hemorrhage must stop. That is where here in Uganda, we banned the export of unprocessed minerals and try to get people to address value addition here for all the other raw materials that make profits. In the African economies, we must ensure both vertical and horizontal integration. Africa's GDP should at least be 60 trillion US dollars, if not more. Our friends from outside of Africa should also help us to achieve this. If they see far, they will see that this is also in their own interest. If you are a clever capitalist, why would you want to do business with a poor man with a small purchasing power? I regard myself as a clever capitalist. I produce milk. I want many Ugandans and many Africans to buy my milk. However, they cannot buy my milk unless they have money in their pockets. Luckily, I am both a clever capitalist and also a Christian, as well as a patriot. And I therefore love God with all my heart and I love my neighbor as I love myself. I'm therefore working feverishly to put money in the hands of Ugandans for them to get out of poverty, improve their purchasing power, and also improve their milk consumption per capita from the present 60 liters to 210 liters recommended by WHO for the sake of the calcium of their teeth and their bones. I also pray the same happens in the whole of Africa and the world. The phenomenon of Uganda having more jobs than local labor force is not new. The small enclave economy of the British Times, the economy of the 3 C's and 3 T's, could not get enough workers locally, although it was only covering 9.4% of the homesteads. That is how our brothers from Rwanda, Burundi, Kenya, South Sudan, Tanzania came. You listen to our message and wake up, kuzukuka, given our raw materials base of Uganda, the present population of Uganda of 48 million people will not be enough to manage a developed Uganda. In small-scale agriculture, in order to support PDM with zero grazing chicken, pigs, goats, turkeys, sheep, cattle, we must solve the problem of water up to the whole household level, or up to at least the village, where one can use a wheelbarrow to bring the water to zero grazing areas. The current woman MP for Ntungamo, the Honorable Josephine Kamateneti, has developed an interesting model that uses solar-powered water pumps and wells, Amaziba, or Uzi, in the areas of Uganda that have got Enshuro spring. She uses 8.1 million shillings for a village. The homesteads can then use wheelbarrows to bring the water to their homes. How can this model be adapted to the boreholes for the areas with no Enshuro? With fish farming, before I go to the fish farming, I wanted to show you Wagagai in Busia, the value addition to gold. If you have it, show it quickly. Now, freeze that one. Each one of those is fully refined gold in Busia. And each one is a kilo. And each one is now costing $168,000. If you sell and process gold, 84% pure, a kilo, you'll get only $60,000. So you see the wastage. Africans are really in trouble. How can you throw away your wealth like that? You are losing more than $100,000 in every kilo of gold. And then you say you will solve your problem. How will you solve the problem? With fish farming in the Miga edges of the wetlands, the government will help the communities with the earth-moving equipment to make the fish ponds, the solar-powered water pump, to pump water and aerate with oxygen and protect the fish against snakes. The issue of fish fries, nyanja, and fish feeds is also being addressed. The support for all the other sectors, big commercial farmers, manufacturing, artisanship, services, ICT are contained in the government's Fourth National Development Plan, NDP4. No more excuses. These programs are not in other countries, they are here in Uganda, in every parish, every constituency, in UDB. If anybody is diverting the money, you, since 1986, are empowered to deal with him or her because of the democratic local councils, where you are the ones who elect the leaders. Join the parish savings circle and directly participate in the management of the savings circle. If the money is not enough, tell your MPs to work with me in Kampala to concentrate more money in PDM instead of okumemerera, scattering the okumansa masa, scattering the money in many other programs. Especially for agriculture, you need to protect our environment. We need our wetlands for both our rain and irrigation. We need our forests for the rain and protecting the catchment areas of the river systems, the Elgon, the Rwenzori, the Mabera systems, the Seziwa-Rwajari systems, the Mayanja-Kafurugogo systems, and River Kagera systems. All the rice growing and potato growing in the swamps must stop. And where the terrain allows, we replace rice growing with fish farming at the edge of the swamp, which is more profitable. Then the wetlands come back for irrigation, indigenous medicine, and rain formation. Then we come to the restoration of the natural forest, which guarantee for us the availability of the indigenous medicines, genetic materials, protecting the catchment areas and the rivers and rain formation. I thank the brother countries and sisters from Africa and friends from outside Africa that joined us today on this occasion. Kati rwekwaso zikomye, tetwagala rwekwaso. No more excuses. Everybody wealth creation. Ate obugaga bwe buzaala emirimu. I thank everybody. I would now like to ask His Excellency Ndayishimiye, who is the head of the African Union,
That's right.
but also President of Burundi.
The Burundi president.
Because he's the chairperson of the African Union, to come here and greet you on behalf of the visiting presidents. Thank you so much.
Uganda oye! Uganda oye! Your Excellency, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Excellency, Head of State and Government, distinguished guests, great people of Uganda, Wariyorcha. It is a profound honor and a singular joy for me to stand before you today alongside the distinguished guests gathered here on this great day in the history of the Republic of Uganda. Beyond the beginning of a new presidential mandate, your election, Your Excellency President Museveni, stands as a powerful affirmation of the enduring peace, stability, and institutional continuity that Uganda has cultivated over the years. Your Excellency, your renewed mandate comes at a defining moment for our beloved Africa continent. By inaugurating this new term under the term Securing the Gains and Advancing Towards a Prosperous and Emerging Nation, you have once again demonstrated your steadfast patriotism, visionary leadership, and unwavering commitment to the progress of Africa as a whole. Your Excellency, we have followed with admiration the remarkable transformation Uganda has achieved under your stewardship. During the years of your leadership, your nation has undergone profound progress in the field of security, social cohesion, and economic development. Through sustained economic growth, strategic investment in infrastructure, and policies aimed at reducing poverty and improving livelihoods, Uganda has steadily positioned itself among the continent's most promising emerging economies. Your Excellency, at this occasion, I would like to pay special tribute to your invaluable contribution to the restoration and the consolidation of peace in Burundi. At a critical moment in our history, your leadership, wisdom, and personal commitment played a decisive role in supporting dialogue, reconciliation, and stability in my country. The people of Burundi will always remember with gratitude your tireless efforts in favor of peace, not only within our borders, but throughout the Great Lake region. Also, in our region, you are rightly regarded as an elder statesman, a wise and respected senior leader whose counsel continues to guide efforts toward peace, unity, and cooperation among our nations. That is why, on behalf of the people of Burundi and all those who have directly benefited from Uganda's progress and hospitality, I wish to express our heartfelt gratitude to the Republic of Uganda and to you personally, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, as I conclude, I wish to warmly congratulate the people of Uganda for the confidence they have once again placed in His Excellency President Museveni. In doing so, you have reaffirmed your attachment to peace, stability, resilience, and wise leadership. It is my sincere hope that this new mandate will usher in even greater prosperity and opportunity to every Ugandan family. May your wisdom, dear brother President Museveni, continue to enlighten our continental dialogue, and may the bonds of fraternity and cooperation between Uganda and the nations of Africa grow ever stronger. May Almighty God bless our great African continent. May God bless Uganda and its courageous people. I thank you very much. Mwebale.
Abarundi barahari. You heard the prayers. You heard the prayers of the bishop. That prayer of the bishop should be captured properly. Okusaba kwa bishop kukolomedde ababbi. No more corruption, no more sleep. NRM oye. NRM ebeo.
Your Excellency, I would like to thank you for the address to the nation and seek your guidance on how to proceed with the two entertainment items which are on our program. If it pleases you, Your Excellency, I now invite Legacy to make their presentation in less than 5 minutes. And as they are coming, I request all of you to join me again in thanking His Excellency the President for that comprehensive address to us. And very quickly, Your Excellency, also, I would like to mention that all the RDCs are here, the RCCs, the LOC5 chairmen, the NRM chairmen from all districts are here joining you in this momentous occasion. Legacy, you have the floor. Less than 5 minutes. Thank you very much for that performance legacy. May I now invite Uweso, and thank you for keeping time. Uweso, please come on the stage and entertain His Excellency the President, our newly inaugurated President, and our treasured guests here present. Your Excellency, Uweso is now coming on stage, also to use less than 5 minutes to entertain you and our guests.
Stood silent, chaos in the heart, no food, no school, no song to sing. Till Mama Janet came with hope on wing. Yoweri rose and stretched her hand, spread love and hope across the land. Museveni stood firm, right by Mama's side, turned to hope and fear to pride. We thank you for
Archie Wesso.
Thank you very much, Weso. Thank you very much for that thematic entertainment song. Your Excellencies, we are joined by Mr. Fadil El Mehi, Special Envoy from Libya. Your Excellencies and visiting heads of state, let me now use this chance to thank you once again for your time and patience, and most important, the brotherliness between our country and your countries. Your Excellency and visiting heads of state and government, distinguished visitors, we have now come to the end of our proceedings this afternoon. We shall now have the anthems in reverse order. Band Commander. Excellencies, let me request all of us to resume our seats and remain composed as His Excellency the President says farewell to his guest visiting heads of states, beginning with His Excellency Evariste Ndishimie, President of the Republic of Burundi. And next will be the President of Somalia. Names. His Excellency, the President of Burundi is departing, and next is His Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, President of the Federal Republic of Somalia. His Excellency, the President of Somalia is departing. After the President of Somalia, His Excellency Fure Esozima Ganazingbe, President of Togo, will depart. After Togo. His Excellency, the President is saying farewell to the visiting heads of states and governments, and indeed our treasured and distinguished visitors. That is Togo. Togo. Togo has left. Is that Togo? That's Togo. Okay. His Excellency, the President of Togo, is now departing. Next will be His Excellency Brahim Gali, the President of the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic.
Museveni ekisanja eky'omulundi ogw'omusanvu President omulonde ow'eggwanga erya Uganda ng'agenda kufuga okuva kati omwaka ogwa 2026 paka 2030. Tubakulisaayo nnyo okuva e Kololo ne tukomawo ate mu studios eza Star TV emunyenye eya eggwanga wano mu kibuga Kampala, era nga omukolo guno gwetabiddwako abakulembeze ab'olukalu olwa Africa nga bakulembeddwamu omukulembeze w'omukago ogwa African Union, omukulembeze w'eggwanga erya Burundi, era nga oyo yayogedde ku lwa abakulembeze ab'olukalu olwa Africa abeetabye ku mukolo guno, so nga ate era n'abatasobodde kutuuka ku mukolo guno basindise base ababakiikiridde era nga omukolo gutandikidde ddala bulungi. Wetwogerera tuli mu kuwumbawumba olunaku olw'okulayiza Yoweri Kaguta Museveni omukulembeze w'eggwanga erya Uganda. Wano mu studios ndi ne Alfred Kalondozi Sembajwe gwe njagala atusiigire ekifaananyi olunaku nga bw'alulabye okuviira ddala President lwe yasimbudde okuva mu maka ge bw'atuuse e Kololo so nga n'ebyo ebimukoleddwako okwongera okakasa nga omukulembeze ow'eggwanga. Alfred.
Sebo. Abatulaba mbaniriza nnyo ku mukutu gwaffe guno gwa STAR TV y'abannansi aboogera olulimi Oluganda. Njagala kubayozaayoza ng'eggwanga olw'okutuuka ku malayira gano ag'omulundi ogw'omusanvu ng'omukulembeze wa Uganda akuba ebirayiro ng'omukulembeze omulonde. Jaamu abadde mungi naddala mu kaseera kali nga abakulembeze batuuka era twagala okwebaza ekitongole ekya SFC Special Forces Command kyekimu ku bitongole ebina ebikola ejjira PDF abamaaninze oba bakubiriza byonna kubanga bwetegereze bulungi omukolo guno SFC eteekeddwa okuba nga emaamidde ebisinga okubeera ebikulu mu nsonga. Njagala kubakulisaayo era tuyozaayo z'omukulembeze w'eggwanga Maama Janet Katawa Museveni First Family ab'ekibiina kya National Resistance Movement abaagazi ba demokrasiya UBC ng'ekitongole abalanze ne batuwanirira okusobola okumalako weewaawo.
Kale Kalondozi bw'otunulira ebigambo ebyogeddwa omukulembeze w'eggwanga erya Uganda oluvannyuma lw'okuba ebirayiro omulundi ogw'omusanvu ng'omukulembeze omulonde yeesigamye nnyo ku bubaka bwe batambulirako nga banoonya akalulu amataffaali omusanvu NRM geetadde ku ggwanga Uganda ng'ekimu ku gyo y'ensonga ey'emirembe, ensonga ey'okuzimba eggwanga, ensonga y'okulaba nga bannayuganda bongera okufuna ebyobugagga. Owumbawumba otya ebigambo by'omukulembeze ow'eggwanga naddala nga yeesigama ku mpagi omusanvu NRM ze yatunuulira bannayuganda ne bagyesiga ne bagiwa ebitundu 71 n'obutundutundu 6.
Kakati okwawukanako ne bannabyabufuzi abatambulira ennyo ku ntoli z'abaceeruppe abakulembeze abafaana President Museveni bagenze bakendeera ba Pan-Africanist ba mwoyo gwa Africa. Omuntu ng'alimu embala z'omwoyo gwa Africa tatera kuseeseetuka kuva ku mulamwa gwe yatandikirako. Mu kalulu ka 96 President Museveni yalina ensonga 4 era ezimu ku zo zirabikidde mu zino ensonga omusanvu. Unity, peace, democracy, transformation. Byebyo ayagala kulaba ng'eggwanga likyuka. Likyuka obuweereza butereere obugagga bujje enkulaakulana ejje abantu bakulaakulana ate era bagaggawole wealth creation abantu babe n'emirembe eyo y'empagi esookera y'empagi esembayo. So mu byonna buli mukulembeze ng'alimu omwoyo gwa Pan-Africanism oba omwoyo gwa Africa ebiseera ebisinga empagi ze tezikyuka. Bw'otunuulira emibala gya President egibadde gijja gitambuza akalulu aka buli mwaka ogw'ebyokulonda abaako ne kaasikayo kakawatagana n'ebyayiseemu emabega.
Era bwe yabadde atandika yagambye nti abazzukulu njagala nziremu okubasomesa nga kyategeeza nti eggwanga lya Uganda yeetoolodde nnyo ku ggwanga lya Tanzania naddala omugenzi Mwalimu Julius Nyerere. Simanyi lwaki buli President Museveni waba ayogera ddala ku nsonga ez'okugatta Africa akulembeza nnyo omugenzi eyali omukulembeze w'eggwanga erya Tanzania.
Nyerere yayamba nnyo okuteeka President Museveni ku mweso. President Museveni nga kyasomeza Dar es Salaam eyo yasinkana ekiseera ekizibu ne babullies be bano balulira mu nnyana gye tusomedde ffenna mu secondary mu primary wabadde babullies abo bano gaba gasajja gakulu gasomaasoma dda in fact gawangala dda ku byalo nga tegasoma kati agasajja ago bwe gajja ne gayingira gakola obukundi bwagabuggala agalemesa ate bana abatini okusoma. Kakati basinkana ekiseera ekizibu nga bali Dar es Salaam
tebagamba okuba ku nsolobotto
tegakkiriza mwogere. Kati abamawanga amala bagenda ku university eyo okusomerayo basinkananga okusoomozebwa nga tebalina ddoboozi tebasobola kwerona. President Museveni y'omu ku abo bannayuganda n'abamawanga amala basomera Dar es Salaam abasituka basitula eddoboozi mu kwekalakaasa ne bagamba ekimala kimala. Baateekawo kwekalakaasa sinzigu nekiwaliriza president w'eggwanga lya Tanzania Nyerere okujja kubanga ye yali demand kyebaasaba bonga baali beekalakaasa nti ffe okulekeraawo okwekalakaasa twagala kusinkana mukulembeze wa Tanzania najja n'abasisinkana mukubasisinkana ne bamusaba ensonga emu yokka baagala kutendekebwa mwoyo gwa Africa ate bagana kuyambibwako kusitula mwoyo gwa kulaakulanya mawanga gaabwe gye bava kati omanyi buli pan-africanist atunulira nnyo ebiseera ebisinga omuntu atunulira ebirowoozo ebiri long term
buli mwoyo gwa Africa
atunulira nnyo omuntu aleeta ebirowoozo ebitakoma mangu ebitali byakumpi olina kirowoozo ki nti njagala kuzimba mwoyo gwa Africa ekyo kinene okusinga okugamba tuweeyo sente tukole business era gy'ova olaba nti abasinze okugenda President Museveni nga basaba miliyoni 120 ameka abawa naye tezituuka nga bwe zizze kubanga ezo zibeerako abakonjebolera mu kkubo naye waliwo abaze ne programu oli n'agamba nti nze akaloba kankubye nga mukulu galabuzi naye nze njagala programu eno
amuguze ekirowoozo
eya PDM tusobola ogitambulirako eyo programu esobola n'okukonjobola abantu myaka 2 ng'ogiryako ate nga ne mu kibalo ky'omukulu mwoli kakati Nyerere bw'alaba omuvubuka omuto alina resilience alina okwagala okukola ate alina omwoyo kyava aliiramu mukwano gwe obota amugamba nti waliyo omwana munnayuganda naye wandi mukozesezza alabika mulungi awe waava era bamusindika wano nga kamuyite nga yintaani bwamala okusoma eri bamusindika e Uganda najja n'ayingira mu kitongole ekinoonyereza era awo yava okuyingira ebyobufuzi bya Uganda ng'ali ku mwanjo so Nyerere yali mubumbirano munene nnyo byobufuzi bwa President Museveni ngabuli yawo Tanzania awamu nga tugigesse
kino kijjayo omwoyo kubanga twetwogedde ensaawa zino abali ku Star TV ne UBC okutwalira awamu President bali mu kusiibula abagenyi ab'ebitiibwa abazze ku mukolo guno ogw'okulayira era nga bamu ku bo basimbudde era ne bagenda naye tulabye abakulembeze ab'olukalu olwa Africa abazze okubeerawo nga abajulizi n'abatasobodde bakiikiriddwa kino kyogera okujjayo era omwoyo gwa Africa
President Museveni buli waayita abakulembeze okubawo mu kulayira ayita bafirika okusinga ennyo okusinga abazungu ekyo njagala mukitegeere mu kinana
akikola kagenderere
bwatyo is a pan-africanist njagala abantu bakitegeere President Museveni is a pan-africanist mwoyo gwa Africa emiramwa gya NRA emiramwa gya NRM era ogijjukira gyali ena nationalism pan-africanism democracy ne social economic transformation gyemiramwa kakati kirabe mukina mukaga bwe yalalayira tekwaliko mukungu ava bweru wa ggwanga n'omu kujjako abazungu abaali wano amwe mulina omulamuzi oli Peter Allen
eyamulayiza
abasigadde bonna baali baana ba wano Jeno Kahindo tafiire by then yayisi Jeno n'abalala bonna abaaliwo kakati okukulaya tukuveeko kubanga okwo kwali kwa kiseera ekyo nga oba oli aba mu nsiko ayambadde obuziina ge mazima agaaliwo tugende mu 96 akaluka wedde
akaluka mukulu wako wambuzi
akalu ako ekategekebwa wako wambuzi
no okulayira
yali akabwayi
eyamulayiza
wako wambuzi kale Sivini akabwaya amatotegeka kaluka 96 mukulayira kwako era ojja kukiraba nti bonna abasinga abalobole okulembeze ba wano mu East Africa be bajja okusobola okulaba omukulembeze ng'alayira bonna baali ba wano bwe tugenda mu 20 era bwe kyali amala okulayira mu 20 ndowooza mwezi gwali gwakutano mbaseerabidde nnyo era ddamu ateekateeka tugiyita independence de olunaku lw'ameefuga ku meenunulo b'ameefuga era ayita abakulembeze yasinga nnyo kusoosowaza Morris Zenawi w'eggwanga lya Ethiopia kati bw'amuyita wano kubajjukira yali amufaanana yali amaze kuwamba Mengistu ate ne Mengistu yali amaze kuwamba Seraisi jjukira omukulembeze azze olwaleero aliko erinnya erya Seraisi Ethiopia batujjukiza oli Tafarai Makonnen Emperor Haile Selassie Blessed be to the most high King Selassie Ajara Rastafari oyo omukulembeze
nawe omukiririzaamu nnyo tugende maaso
kakati Morris Zenawi yamusoosawaza nnyo n'amwana omudaali era mbadde niiza emidaali nedowooza simanyi nteekateeka bwenaaba oba enaaba yaluvannyuma oba ku meefuga mbadde niiza emidaali
ku
meefuga kati yamuwa omudaali ng'agamba nti ekyo kyeyakola naye kyeyakola kati President Museveni atera nnyo okweyawula ku bakulembeze abalala bawamba n'emmundu ng'akola statement bweti analogy egamba bweti egamba nti nze najja na mmundu okuggyako eyakozesa emmundu okweremeza mu buyinza waliwo enjawulo nene wakati w'omuntu ajja n'emmundu okuwamba obuyinza kubaze nawe bwe yawamba obuyinza yabuddiza abantu n'asigala nga saba minisita kati ate ye bwe yawamba obuyinza ye agamba nti yaleeta emmundu yakulemberwa emmundu okugjawo obukulembeze obwali bulemedde ku bantu n'emmundu ontegedde bulungi so yengeri gyeyawulako okulembeza abalala abazze bawamba kwa by then singa ojjukira bulungi before even President Museveni abakulembeze bali basuuliddwa mu gavumenti za wano nga bwogenda Nigeria basudde gavumenti bwogenda Algeria in fact wano Ivory Coast gavumenti bagisudde Ivory Coast buli wabanga buli lieutenant awuliranga bintu bitabuse ngagala kukyusa wane wa moyi ebintu byali bitabuse kugamba ng'obukulembeze emundu ye kazaala bulwa emundu kyekizibu so mukumbawumba nga bw'obadde oŋŋambye President Museveni asoosawazanya abakulembeze ba wano kubanga ye omwoyo gwe gwa kuzimba katale kawamu nga bw'agambye gwa kuzimba nkolagana wakati w'amawanga wakutunuulira nsalo ng'ekitali kikulu wabula ffe ng'abamu kyova olaba tulina bangi bannaffe wano tubagulira tetubaggalira tubaaniriza tubagabula n'ebiringa ebyo
nga tuvudde kutunuulira
by the way wala kantu kayogedde President Museveni nga kakulu nnyo wadde nga bw'obadde okawuli osobola okunyiiga agambye nti Uganda terina bya identity tewali ggwanga lisinga mawanga malala tewali ddiini esinga madiini malala tewali muwanvu kusinga balala fena tuli kyekimu
ate nga tunuulira yemu ku nnyingo ey'abatwalane mu nsiko nga balwanyisa embeera ey'okwerowoozaako ng'omuntu
ye politics of identity yes ekyakyogedde nnyo ne kati gwesobola kinogamba nti President Museveni takimanyi nti naba abakatuliki be basinga obungi mu Uganda takimanyi nti abaganda lyeggwanga erisinga obungi akulagawo twasukkawo dda fenna twezaddemu
tutunulira Uganda
kati tulinga omubala gw'e Buganda ogugamba nti batanda beezaala kati tugamba nti bannayuganda beezaala era beezaalamu
nga tuvudde ku nsonga jagatuma President ku mulundi guli ekisanja kyafundikidde ekya 2021 paka 2026 kyali ekisanja akuna mu kyezo kino ekyomulundi guno wadde abamu mwakiyita kyabavubi naye ate kati ekyomulundi agambye kyakulwanyisa bassemugayaavu abeebakira ku mirimu ensonga eyo gyogerako ki kinaasoboka mu bigambo by'abaana bye tulina kati
kulembeze ekintu akiwa omutabani tewalajja kwebaka omukulembeze ekintu akiwa omutabani teri agenda kwebaka wano kiboka ejja kuvuga misana na kiro
kulwanyisa bassemugayaavu
ekyo kubanga obwassemugayaavu yenguzi. And by the way, enguzi tugitunulira mu mabala mangi. Waliwo okusalawo obutakola. Kubanga ekyo gye kiri mu buli bw'enguzi nti gwosobola okusalawo okugamba nti sigenda kukola. Mu unemployment waliwo kye tuyita voluntary unemployment. Omuntu yadde nga ebitabo abirina n'asalawo n'agamba obwongo kambwokye nnywemu mwenge. Be baprofesa abangi betwogerako ab'okumyenge. Kati ekyo nakyo gye kiri. Kati newano ku mirimu gy'obuweereza bwa gavumenti akugamba nti wakiri kino ekisanja wabeerawo abeebaka. Oluguudo waliwo nalabye ebigambo bya government. In fact Oweekitiibwa Nabbanja yabadde abyogera. Agamba nti bagenda in fact yabadde kyofa togabye. Yagambye nti ku mulundi guno tebagenda kukkiriza muntu aweebwa contract ne yeebaka. Akitegedde atandise mu kiseera kya musana n'akuluggusa contract paka mu kiseera ekyenkuba. Era ng'alinda bamuwe damages. Kati nate mwabiraba. Mwabiraba enkuba yatujja. Ojjukira ekyali esalaama. Batandika oluguudo lw'esalaama ng'obudde bulungi nekituuka ekiseera ng'enkuba etonnya. Yabagamba balukole ku mpaka paka we baggwa. Yes, balokola ne luggwa. Oluguudo lutambula lunatera okuggwa. Bye twetaaga ebyo Bannayuganda bye basaba ebitonotono oboolyawo.
Okay. President Museveni ayogedde ku nsonga nnyingi naye ayogedde nnyo ku nsonga ey'okugata olukalu olwa Africa n'ensonga ey'okutunulira Bannayuganda okubeerako n'akasente mu nsawo. Kubanga agambye nti bw'atunulira Uganda weetuuse essaawa zino Bannayuganda beezimbye. Eggwanga libazimbye nabo beezimbye. Ensonga eyo.
Yes. Agase bibiri ayogedde ku nsonga ya wealth nti bwe yamala okugezako okuzimba Bannayuganda bebeemu n'akasente nekireeta development. Wakati mu ebyo byonna nekizimba job creation bitambula bisatu. Nti enkulaakulana bw'ejja nga bataddewo amakubo kati bw'okiraba alengedde ekkubo tikangende nfuna ensimbi za PDM entandikwa emyoga oboolyawo ensimbi z'abavubuka ensimbi z'abakadde ensimbi zaaki n'otandika okuteekawo ebikola obugagga kati mu kubiteekawo oba otonzeewo omulimu n'akulaga ebyekulabirako bingi n'abireeta amakolero agazze go amanji present Mbare wali amakolero kumpi 8 ddambirira naye nze ndowooza nkyayongera okusaba kiri ekigambo ekya industries than factories industries wano waliwo abadde ngamba nti naye Museveni president wa Uganda ow'ekitiibwa awoomera agunda ekisaati ekigambo kiri kisaati agunda ekisaati kye ekitakuba kikalu takikuba kikalu akisizaako ddala n'ekikumi eno mu maviivi alina ensonga lwaki akulaga nti yayambala Uganda naye jjukira waliwo ebintu ebimu ebyavaawo nga byandadde bitaasibwa kati nga kampuni ya Ugil baagisangawo Ugil okukwatagana obulungi ne Nightil ye kampuni yakolanga ebyambalo byaffe ebiri original nga n'amasomero ga gavumenti obuuli abagakolera uniforms abo abajasi ba gavumenti babakolera uniforms yes kati olwaleero buli kitongole kyekolera osanga UPDF nga yekolera eri self reliant yekolera ebyokulwanyisa ebimu yekolera ebyambalo kugamba twavaayo eri mu mbeera eri ey'okugamba
nti kati kikira mabega kawo oli ayambalanga luno lwa jjinja ayambadde olugoye lw'ejjinja ng'akikwata ku matino n'agiweera nti Nightil yes
so awo wetulaga bigatta bisatu enkulaakulana development eyo gavumenti egissaamu omukono mu buweereza service delivery ekyokubiri wealth creation nti omuntu bw'alaba ekkubo agamba weetaagawo akayumba ak'omutindo era ndowooza wakati mu ebyo byonna nga biwedde mu speech eya national address nsuubira nti omukulembeze atagenda kudiginga down deep amenye agambe nti wakati mu bino bye twateekawo kakati ate okumenyerawo omuntu akayumba ate kyabulabe omuntu agezaako okukola obugagga obuoliawo ne mu byalo eyo emasuuliyita n'emakulu nawa nze ndowooza bye bitono ebisaanidde okutunuulirwa ye ng'omukulembeze alabe nga abantu basigaza ensimbi mu nsawo
ngotekati okukuvaano okwolesa okwa UPDF kubanga okwolesa kubadde kwamatwa byenyonyi nga zeewuba mu bbanga n'abakulembeza banagamba Uganda ngetuuse wala okolesa kwa UPDF
Uganda investinze sente nyingi mu security ne defense enjawulo y'obutebenkevu n'ebyokwerinda
kivuddeyo bulungi
bagezezaako yadde nga kibadde kibowamu in fact kwe kulayira kwensisa okulaba nga kubowamu naye nga kulungi kuboyeemu naye nga kubadde kulungi lwaki kuboye olw'ensonga nti mu byonna
lugendo lubadde luwanvu
obunkenke bubadde bungi obunkenke bubadde bungi ndowooza waliwo babadde balinda omulala alayire ne batamulaba kati ne babeera mu kyobeera ate nga nabekkololo bagenzeeyo bese badde bamanyi nti obuoli awo anaayingirira waawo kyalayire naye ng'atalayire alina okubeera omu so wakati mu byonna UPDF eyoleseza byerina era ebadde ebirina ezo zisikoyi baazigula mabegako ddako in fact zayita ne bajeti ya Uganda okusanyalala baziringa ndowooza 4 ku 6 ezo sikoyi ezo waliwo neyafunako obuzibu ye Kenya eyo oba Kenya batanze Kenya ndowooza so sikoyi nnyonyi za mutawaana zibaddeko so nga ate tubaddeko ne helicopters ezimu migi zituziraba ebbanga ddene nga zitambula mu bwengulawo so Uganda wano mu region eri ya indala toyinza gigeraganya ku DRC toyinza gigeraganya ku Burundi ku Rwanda ku Kenya yes Kenya etusinga budget ne GDP naye mu nsonga z'ebyokwerinda Uganda eri wala kubanga eyo yenkizi Uganda kwetudira kyesuubuza ng'eggwanga lisuubuza byakwerinda fenge eggwanga okusinga ate okusuubuza abantu betutwala mu buddu eri mu manga gabalabu nawala so mukumba mbo kwangu UPDF eyoleseza bagezezaako kibalina okukola amaje General Muhoozi yekibaddemu yekyomirimu omuntu okulaba nga kitambula nga bwe kitambudde I think bakyayiga akyalina ebyokuyiga bingi nga General Muhoozi era alina okuyigira ddala badde mu mugongo gwa President Museveni ngalaba nga bwe bitambula bakuba batya kwegamba ebintu bitambula bitya omukulembeze ekintu akiri atya era mumusabira oba oli awo naye ekintu akikwatemukko ng'ayigidde ku ebyo byalabye ekitaawe ng'akola
omukolo guno gusugulabiddwako n'abakulembeze abaaliko abakulembeze ba Africa nga n'abamu ku bo baaliwo nga omukulembeze bamusangawo bamuleseewo ekifaananyi eky'omwoyo gwa Africa okulaba abakulembeze abaaliko ne bajja ku mukolo nga guno kyogera ki eri demokrasiya ne bannayuganda abalabye ekifaananyi nti omukulembeze yaliko owa Nigeria omukulembeze owa Kenya yaliko n'omukulembeze owa Tanzania n'abalala basobodde okujja ku mukolo nga bakyasobola okujja nga munnaabwe abayise
ekitawanya abakulembeze abamu gwe mukulu omubi gwe baleka bwe bakola omukulu omubi kizibuwalira ne international communities ne organizations okubalonda bafuuke ba ambassadors olabye ebbanga ddene ng'Oluseguno Obasanjo akozesebwa naye nga
afuuka mutabaganya
yes tumulabye mu peace tumulabye mu peace commissions nyingi ng'agenda okusobola okutabaganya peace talks nyingi ng'agenda ne wano yajjawo ne Kenya ne wane Congo abaddewo ne mu West Africa kubanga Nigeria mu West Africa yesinga okubeera kirimaanyaawo so
ane we yakulemberera yali wa ddoboozi lyamwanguka
abakulembeze bangi Kofi Annan awo gwe bajja eggana ne kakati okutukola eddoboozi liwulirwa bw'aba avuddeyo okwogera yali mu UN okumala ekiseera n'asigala nga relevant so abakulembeze abafaanana ng'abo abazze oba balifaanana President Museveni nga tebabadde n'amabala batono
kubanga ndabye Vice President abadde akola ogw'okwogera ng'alanga bw'ayogedde ku Uhuru Kenyatta enduru evuze naye n'apoozinga namu ne ngamba Bannayuganda bakyajjukira Uhuru Kenyatta East Africa yemujjukira oba Africa eyawamu
neggwe Uhuru Kenyatta ebyafaayo bye biri clean kankulage kitaawe yafugira ebbanga ttono n'afiira mu ntebe mu 78
omukulu wuyo amaze banne bonna basiibudde n'abaleka bakulembeze kana ayabuka
era tumwinako no problem akati asiibula afa mu 78 kitaawe Jomo Kenyatta naye bw'asiibula bali balowooza agenda kuleeta mukyala we Mama Ngina teyaleeta Mama Ngina yaleeta ate omuto Moi najja n'abakalakata mu ngeri yali enzibu ennyo n'awera ne ku bibiina n'akola
nabagamba yali musajja ng'afugisa mukono gwa
yali muzibu nnyo waliwo omusajja bamwita Hezekiah Ochuka yagezaako okuwamba gavumenti ye byamuddirirako ndowooza wabisomako Lieutenant Hezekiah Ochuka yagera president ayambuse wano waggula Mount Kenya nga bali kumpaka bali ku mwoleso gwa amagye age Kenya ne bagezaako okuwamba ekyaddiriraawo kyali kikambwe emitwe gyarolinga oba emitwe gyakulukuta kati oyo bw'avaawo jjukira mu kuteekateeka bali bategese Uhuru Kenyatta yabajja naye kyewuunyisa akalu kaamugaana Mwai Kibaki najja Kibaki n'amukuba akalu bulungi nnyo n'agumiikiriza najja n'afuna ekisanja ekiki oluvannyuma lw'Omwai Kibaki n'aweereza ebisanja 2 era naye n'amala n'avaayo obuyinza yali tayagala kubukwasa vice president we n'abuwangula n'abumukwasa
William Ruto
tubadde naye wano olwaleero yafundikira agenda okuva mu bukulembeze ng'akwataganye ne Raila Odinga eyali amuvuganya naye kyewuunyisa nti Raila Odinga yagenda okufa nga takutte ku bukulembeze so omuntu afaanana bw'atyo gwe tubadde naye wano mu Uganda so his legacy eyogera bingi omukulu gwogera ebigambo bingi ate nga bya muzinzi bwogera ku demokrasiya Kenya tebuuswa ku kigambo kya demokrasiya in fact omuntu ali omu yekka yali akuutiza demokrasiya ow'ekitiibwa mu Kenya yali Moi abasigadde bonna Mwai Kibaki eyafa omugenzi Emilio ne muganda waffe ono Uhuru Kenyatta demokrasiya waabwe ne Ruto ng'omugaseeko abadde clean ebbanga
ne Raila Odinga okubeerawo
wano ebbanga ddene abadde nga ongajja n'okujja mikolo mingi egitali gya gavumenti n'egya gavumenti egya gavumenti n'egitali gya gavumenti egy'obwakabaka n'egitali gya bwakabaka nga Uganda waafuuka waka so Kenya ne Uganda waliwo enkwatagana y'amayoli mu Kikuyu obukikuyu wano bulina amawanga ge bufaanaganya mu bikolwa so Kenya ne Uganda tuyinza kubaawula bw'olyawo
kalondoozi bino byonna bibaddewo guno mukolo gwa ggwanga lyonna akalulu kano keetabibwamu abantu abawerera ddala 8 bibiina bya bufuzi pulezidenti ayogedde ku iPod n'agamba nti bwe twali tuli mu kalulu waliwo abeeyisa obubi mu kalulu ako ayogedde ku neeyisa y'abaana ba National Unity Platform mbu mwalimuuko n'empulubujju eza FDC naye agambye nti UPC ne DP abo kale baali yadde mu kalulu kano era bo tebaali muziziko naddala okulaba nga okulonda kutambula bulungi amaze okulayira emyaka 5 nga ku gino egivuddeko 5 tulabyeko bannabyabufuzi nga bagamba nti enteekateeka eza gavumenti ensonga y'emyoga ensonga z'abakyala abakolera mu butale obuweereza obw'Abannayuganda ne PDM bulabiddwako nga bufaayo nnyo kuba NRM okwawukana ku bebibiina ebirala ku mulundi guno tugenda kulaba Pulezidenti Museveni akuba ng'awumba kubanga Nobert Mao bwe yabadde ayogera yagambye nti Pulezidenti Museveni ku mulundi guno yandibadde jjajja awuliriza sayidi zonna awumbewumbe eggwanga
katono nnyo nga ntandikidde wali ku bigambo bya Pulezidenti ku baali bagala okulemesa akalulu binzijukiza ebigambo bya 2 byayogera 2 Pulezidenti we yali ateekateeka okulayira nga wa victory speech ye victory speech ejjangu maze okuwangula nga gye yakola Lwakitula yes kakati bera akola victory speech yagamba nti akalulu nkawangudde era kooti kubanga Besigye yagenda mu kooti era Besigye yagenda mu kooti nga yeemulugunya naye okwemulugunya kwe tujjukire nti ffenna twakosebwa bo muzaavuga Nakivubo waliwo malisi mungi waliwo violence mungi ffenna nga atukwatako nze sirabawo nnyo nsonga y'amaanyi ageetwala Besigye mu kooti naye ate ne bwe bandisazizaamu akalulu kano kubanga yagamba nti abalamuzi ababiri abaawakanya ensalawo y'abangi nti akalulu tekaddibwamu njagala kubabuuza nandibadde nga beetengeredde lwaki bo balowooza kyandibadde kibeerera nti akalulu kaddibwamu naye ate yanagamba nti era kandiddiddwamu singa bona bali basazeewo bwe bati kati kankuzeereko emabega era nkulaga ebigambo bye bimu ebikwatagana n'ebyo mu kinaana Paulo Muwanga ng'alangirira oba nga bategesa akalulu ke baategeka akalimu violence wadde nga bagamba tekalimu violence akalulu ako okufaanaganako ne kana akabiri 26 aba UPC baafuna ebifo 17 ku bifo 126 ebitali kavuganya naye ng'ebisatu byajja luvannyuma nnyo ng'abantu babasokodde mu busokoozi gwe vaayo tolina bisaanyizo nga n'omu ku bo ye Israeli Mayengo agenda okwesimbawo Masaka South mu kugenda okwesimbawo bamukwatira mu Luwera atuuka obudde buyiseko nga tasobola kuwandiisibwa akati ab'omu West Nile bonna abaali abaddipi baalemesebwa 2016 Oweekitiibwa Anita Mungu yali akabye ebigambo bibimu ng'agamba nti Rosa Cole minisita akozesa ekifo kye okulemesa ye Bukeddeya yali mufundisi by then okwewandiisa n'okubanga awangula ekifo ekyeyo akati nkulaga bumu ku violence obutonotono obuzze bubaawo Peter Otai yali deputy minister wa defense ekifo ekyalimu President Museveni mabegakokko ng'akyali mu government ya UPC yajja n'atandika okudala n'agamba nti talabangako bantu beetaba mu kwagala bya bukulembeze nga tebali serious nga kyoyogedde abantu 8 abaali beesimbye oddala baali serious bonna kati Peter Otai yagamba nti abamu bajja buzi ku showcase ku kivulu kwegamba bino twaziniranga ki kana akadodike bino bitwazinanga ku promotion nti abamu balaba ekyokubasimba ku bukulembeze nga promotion ne bajja badigide
kinyumo
ng'ekinyumu naye n'agamba nti kyewuunyisa nti President Museveni n'abalala bo bajjanga abazinyi b'akadodi mu kalulu akawamu batu bayagamba Peter Otai ebyadira tebyali birungi kati nkomawo wanene yes kituufu akalu kabira bimu kali mu violence emu yali reconstructed by the security endala yali reconstructed by the people ekyo tukirize tugaane era President Museveni tumulabye emifunda nyingi ng'avumirira oboolya ebitongole bimu ng'agamba nti because excessive force nejje n'omuwozi ng'akyogera nabo balabona mu government nga bakyogera oboolya wakati mu byonna tukkirize ebitagenda bulungi mu kalulu nga bw'ogambye kyandibadde kirungi jjajja ku mulundi guno amanye oba era ddala akimanyi ategeke cabinet kubanga byonna betwogera tagenda kubikola ye nga muzeeyi akuza akooye ne bw'omulaba bw'oti akooye asobola kubikolera mu cabinet gy'ayinza okuleeta wakati mu kuleeta cabinet egenda okukubirira wonna cabinet cabinet n'asaasira tulina essuubi ddene mu parliament naye ate obuzibu tutunuulira speaker okusinga Clark atematema budget egenda mu ensimbi y'omusolo ennyingi nti amaaso g'abantu bonna gali ku speaker naye ani authorizing sente zino okufuluma ani azigoberera ani aloopewa president oyo Yoweri Adolphe Mwesigye
Clark wa
parliament muntu mukulu nnyo ye kalaba alaba yinampala w'emirimu gya parliament
kalani wa parliament
yes so mu byonna abantu ng'abo babe held responsible okulaba ng'eggwanga lino litambula mu bumu ensonga ziggweewo eziyinza obaolya kufuuka omugongo gwa opposition wano we tuli olwaleero emimwa gikendedde wakati mu kulinda oba anaalayira oba ataalayire amaze okulayira kati agomwa gukoze eki the only thing president kyasobola okukola bannayuganda ne bamuviirako dda ne bagamba nti jjajja wajja abali bagamba tojja kulayira balaka bali bagamba tojja kulayira walaayi munyi olw'okulayira walaayi oba maaza faaza ddayi ndoza kye bali bategeeza naye okulayira amaze okulayira kati mu byonna akugatta ggwanga kyekiddako
ye Alfred Kalondozi Sembajwe munamawulire munaffe wano ku Star TV UBC okutwalira awamu abadde atematema n'okutunuulira okulayira okw'omukulembeze owa eggwanga nga bwe kutambudde era njagala ssebo obenga otuwa ebigambo ebifundikira ne bannayuganda okubaagaliza emyaka 25 emyaka 5 egijja
etaano gino nsaba tuwangale tubeere balamu naye twagala okusaba mu byonna tewabaawo akwata ku nnyumba ya muntu nti agikoona nti talina plan ng'ayimirira dde ekyo kimu ekyokubiri twagala kusaba busabi cabinet ya President Museveni asaasire eggwanga bino ebyokumenyamenya obuyumba basooke babiyimirize wabweru w'ebibuga eyo basooke bakutandikire bwe batandikira Kampala mubi nnyo ate okumenya ewalala okitegedde tewali kibuga kirala kiyinza kufaanana na Kampala nga Kampala muvundu nnyo okusinga bwafaanana basooke bamutereeze mpolampola kituyambe kubanga nze nkuwa ekyokulabirako nga mpumbawumba bwe bali bakola oluguudo ono olwambuka okutuuka ku Erubaga ku ddwaliro n'Erubaga ku Ecclesia bamenya bizinesi zaffe zinalina container 40 feet ne bagijja mu bulumi obungi ziri tiled tuziserese tuzikoze eki ne batugamba bagenda kukola kubo in fact nga nawo okiraba ne tuzijja mu bulumi ne zigoyebwa ne mu byalo eri masulite wayingira na wa gyotagenda kukola luguudo luyingira ng'ojja business z'abantu omakinga ne ku mafumbiro tekikola sense buyekera obolyawo obw'ebyenfuna bya bigambo ebitono ne bisigadde afuge oba afugira ku macupa oba afugira ku musaayi kwetuli
tweyanziza nnyo tweyanzege Alfred Kalondozi Sembajwe ne ttiimu yonna gye tutambudde nayo okuviira gye twatandikidde twatandise ne Giovanni Bale wamu ne Juliet Nayiga si yeyeka twatambudde ne ttiimu eya Mase Lugemwa wamu ne Kigundu ate oluvannyuma tugenda e Kololo tukomyewo Steve Mayanja ne Alfred Kalondozi wano ku kamera tubadde ne ttiimu neneko omukulu ayitibwa Kisambira Kasmiri Nsamba ne banno bemusobodde okubanga mukwasaganyiza okulaba nga bannayuganda bafuna ekifaananyi ekirungi mu production tusiima okutandikira waggulu manager wa Star TV emunyenye ey'eggwanga mukulu Ibrahimu Mugwanya ate era ne omumyuka we Michael Balaba omukulu Tone Sennabulya ku nsonga ey'amawulire ne ttiimu yo yonna ey'amawulire mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala abadde wano n'abo abadde eri Kololo n'ebifo byonna okuviira ddala wali mu bitundu ebya Entebbe abagenyi nga batuuka so nga ate mu production tubadde ne mukulu Kisubi Jackson omukulu Rashid Kiwanuka tweyanziza nnyo tweyanzege Tone naawe webale nnyo Tone Mugabi ate engineering team mukulu Eric Sekyanzi ne banno mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala Denon Galabuzi na bonna abadde ku social media mukulu Amiri Muwaya webale nnyo webalire ddala Hajati Sansa webale nnyo webalire ddala ne management yonna eya UBC okutwalira awamu tubasiima olw'okusobozesa okulaba nga akalulu aka 2026 tukatambuliza ddala paka bututuuse ku kulayiza omukulembeze ow'eggwanga tukusuubiza tugenda ate kutuusaako okulayira okwa ababaka aba Parliament eya 12 n'enteekateeka ey'okulonda omukubiriza owa Parliament eya 12 byonna tujja kubanga tubikutuusaako bulambalamba nga bwe tukoze olwaleero ebitatambudde bulungi mutusonyiwe ebitambudde obulungi mwebale kukkiriza ne tubaweereza ku lwa Star TV emunyenye ey'eggwanga mbaagaliza olunaku olulungi tubaagaliza okutambula obulungi ku lwa nnyaffe Uganda atakuumira mpeera kakuume.